Welcome to Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show, where we get to talk with some of the local leaders in our community from all different aspects. And today it's Jasen Jones with us. Most everybody, I think, in the community knows you, Jasen, because you get out and about quite a bit. So you are the Director of Hotel and Marketing at Old Kinderhook.
Yes.
So a lot of people know you from that. You're wearing the Old Kinderhook colors there today. But the main reason we wanted to have you on today is all the work you do in the community for charities, and namely the mobile food pantry. We got to talking about that a few weeks ago, and we thought we need to get you on the Spotlight Show and let people know about that.
Absolutely.
So what is the mobile food pantry?
Well, the mobile food pantry is an event we do the second Friday of every month at the Church of Osage Hills. That's just one piece of what we do for Feeding Lake of the Ozarks. So we partner with the Food Bank for Northeast and Central Missouri out of Columbia, Missouri. They represent 32 counties. I serve as the president of the Feeding Lake of the Ozarks, and we serve Camden, Miller, and Morgan counties. Mm-hmm. So the food bank brings two 18-wheel trucks from Columbia the second Friday of every month from 1 to 3. We're always looking for volunteers to come help out. It's a very humbling and gratifying experience. We just had the mobile food pantry this past Friday. Mm-hmm. We serve over 250, 300 people every second Friday. During COVID, we were up to about 500. So the need is still there, and we're seeing 35 to 40% increase in our food pantries. We have 12 food pantries between Camden, Miller, and Morgan counties.
Wow.
that we oversee as far as Ivy Bend in Morgan County.
Wow, so
right
it's not just the one at Osage Hills. You've got a lot of them around.
Yeah, we have a lot of food pantries, and you can find all those food pantries on our website, feedinglakeoftheozarks.org. That will direct you with phone numbers, hours of operation to any of these food pantries in our community for those that have food insecurities, they're looking for some assistance.
Right, and I'm sure there is too much of that, right, in the community, yeah.
Yeah, and then the food bank in Columbia is amazing, and we get food delivered to the Lake of the Ozarks every week, whether it be the Lamb House, the Hope House, Share the Harvest, Ivy Bend. So they're supplying us with food that we purchase through Feeding America out of Chicago. So right now, every dollar equates to $21 of food purchasing power. So we as a nonprofit can stretch a dollar more than any nonprofit that's out there based on that. So you figure a $10 bill donation could buy $210 worth of groceries.
Wow. So do you take donations, grocery donations? You brought some food products here, so people can donate food or money or whatever to go to the food pantry?
Absolutely. We have a few spots here in Lake of the Ozarks that we have food barrels year round.
Yeah.
Want to give a big shout out to George and Dorothy Peter over at the Cool Breeze Marina, your prop specialist. Amazing people. They also support several charities. I know right now they're raising money for Wonderland Camp. Mm-hmm. She's been very instrumental for me. We reactivated this council about 2 years ago. And Dorothy is kind of like the Cool Breeze Marina is kind of like our hub. So you can always drop off donations, cash, food. We also have the YMCA has a barrels year round. We keep a barrel at Old Kinderhook.
Barrels like that?
They're just like that, yep.
Okay.
We have barrels at Old Kinderhook. We have the Lions Club here in Lake of the Ozarks. They're doing food drives. We have the Boy Scouts of Ozarks doing food drives. I just picked up a barrel at Ozark Rehabilitation Center in healthcare. They're doing food drives. So if there's a business out there that would like to participate, I would love to bring a barrel by and help continue our efforts in our community.
Man, that is fantastic. We're talking with Jasen Jones, works at Old Kinderhook, but you do all of these things. You stopped by a meeting I was at a couple of weeks ago, and we were just all blown away by all the different things that you are doing, because we think we're busy, and here's, you're running around like crazy. So how did you get involved in this? How did you get started?
Well, I got in whenever this opportunity came up for reactivating this Food Bank Advisory Council, just got an email, attended the meeting, and was voted as president. So you know how it goes, Chris. But I love being involved, and looking back during my childhood, growing up in New Madrid, Missouri, our house burned down. So our family had to use a food bank. So I know the need, and the struggle is real out there. There's a lot of people struggling, and we're here to help. So we're.
And we hear stories of homelessness here and lack of food for a lot of families, a lot of children sometimes, but a lot of people don't see that. Is that because we don't want to see it, or is that kind of hidden somehow?
Well, there's a lot of people out there that are, too embarrassed to go to a food pantry. And, our goal with our council is to create the awareness and try to break those stigmas that, hey, everybody struggles. There's a few families that I help personally on the side that are in that situation because they went to school with this person.
Right.
They're embarrassed. So we don't want people to feel that, So I take food personally and deliver to people's homes until we can convert them to say, hey, it's okay to go to the food pantry to get the food that you need. And there's so many options here at the lake that are willing to help. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, and I think for most of us who have lived enough life, we know, but for the grace of God, there go I. I mean, we could all be in that situation and need that kind of help.
Yeah, and I grew up, around hospitality, and my grandpa always taught me, it's thy will be done, not mine. So, to help give others, the gift you give is amazing. I mean, the humbleness, the gratefulness, none of these things that we do in these nonprofits for any accolades. We truly want to help people in our community, and we're going to continue our efforts, and that's where we're at.
Okay, so we're talking with Jasen Jones. He is the Director of Hotel and Marketing at Old Kinderhook, but we're talking about all the charities, food pantry, stuff like that, and there are more that you are involved in, and we'll get into that right after this.
Your car wants to look its best. The paint, the trim, the wheels, the tires, they want to show off in all of their sparkling glory. Let your car shine with the Quick Car Monthly Unlimited Wash Club. For one low price, you can let your car strut its stuff anytime you want. Your car will thank you. Welcome to the club. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Your time on the water is limited, and Hy-Vee in Osage Beach knows it. Let us do the shopping so you can maximize your lake time. With our Aisles online app, you can have your groceries delivered or ready for contactless pickup when you arrive to the lake. With all your grilling favorites, snacks, fresh produce, and home to the lake's largest wine, spirits, and beer department, your weekend at the lake starts with Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, where you'll find a helpful smile in every aisle.
Discovered over a century and a half ago, Bridal Cave continues to amaze those who venture through it. As you tour through Bridal Cave, you'll see massive onyx formations, giant columns, and the one and only Mystery Lake. Bridal Cave's unique stalactite-adorned bridal chapel has provided a truly unique backdrop for over 3,000 couples from around the world. Bridal Cave is open daily, rain or shine. Guided tours leave every few minutes. Come explore the lake's favorite natural attraction. Explore Bridal Cave today.
Welcome back to Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show. We're talking with Jasen Jones, and we're talking about local charities, namely the Mobile Food Pantry, because you really play a big role in that and helping feed people in the community who need some help. And there are unfortunately plenty of those. Now, you also mentioned a few minutes ago you're a Missouri native, right? So you're familiar with the area?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been here at the lake almost 24 years.
Wow.
I grew up down in New Madrid, Missouri, about southeast Missouri, if you've ever heard of the New Madrid earthquake.
Yeah.
It's not my fault, but that's where I live at. That's where I grew up at.
That's the one that was so powerful it turned the Mississippi River backwards for like an hour.
An hour, and supposedly it rang church bells in Boston.
Wow.
It is incredible. So, I grew up, my grandpa owned a hardware store for 40 years, so I was always in his stores, helping his customers. My grandma was a beautician, a hairdresser, and she worked out of our home for 50 years, so I was always around her customers. So the hospitality has been in my blood since I was born.
Wow. Well, it's like a part of you. I mean,
yes.
if you run into Jasen on the street, all of a sudden you'll be talking. I mean, you just kind of have that welcoming feel to you somehow.
Thanks,
it's
Trey.
pretty amazing. So you'd mentioned the Mobile Food Pantry.
Yes.
And feeding the Lake of the Ozarks. Mm-hmm. Are they the same thing or are they different?
They're different. Feeding Lake of the Ozarks is what we have in our community here at the lake. Our liaison is the food bank for Northeast and Central Missouri. This mobile food pantry is put on by the food bank. We're just a support of the food bank. getting volunteers. And I want to give a big shout out to the YPL group here at the lake. They've volunteered the last 2 mobile food drives. We're always looking for volunteers. The church staff does a great job. But the need for volunteers is still there.
Okay, if somebody's interested in volunteering or donating food or whatever to help you out, how do they get in touch with you? Where do they go?
Yeah, I'd say give me a call. My cell phone number is 314-401-5518, or you can email me at jjones@okinderhook.com. We do have our website, feedinglakeoftheozarks.org. Or message us on our Facebook page, Feeding Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay, so plenty of different ways that they can get in touch with you. And now this isn't the only charity that you are involved in. I mean, it's like you're involved in every charity in the area, it seems like. What are some of the other things that you do?
The other things right now in October, I do the Real Men Wear Pink. I'm an ambassador for the American Cancer Society.
Last year you actually had pink hair.
Every day. I mean, well, not every day, but every day the goal of this campaign is you have to wear pink every day in honor of the breast cancer awareness, the survivors, and creating that awareness. Last year was a first-time participant for Lake of the Ozarks. We took 3rd place overall in the state of Missouri, and we took 1st place across mid-Missouri. So this year I got a bigger goal set. We got a lot of fun events that are going to happen in October, and I'll have those posted up on Facebook and some events, so you'll see those coming up. But we got some really cool stuff this year, and we're going to aim for the record this year in Missouri. Missouri's record is $17,000.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our best in our community here to see if we can, continue our efforts here and take over number 1 and be ranked nationally.
So you do mobile food pantry. You do that. You also do float your boat.
Yeah, we got two events that we're obligated to for the food bank in Columbia. So the 2 events that we put on for the food bank is Float Your Boat, and that's going to be August 22nd at Captain Ron's.
Okay.
So we'll have more details to follow. And then the other event we do is to be our 3rd annual 9-hole Halloween golf tournament.
Wow.
So it's a really fun tournament. There's a lot of fun games on there. Like last year, we had a hole where it was a speed hole.
Yeah.
It was a par 3. So after the 4th person teed off, you had to run to your putt, and that hole was based on time, not score. So there's a lot of fun, lot of fun events out there. But October's going to be will be all about pink.
Wow. So you're Mr. Charity. I mean, Mr. Working with charity organizations. What fuels that? I mean, that takes a lot of time and a lot of energy on top of your regular job. Why?
It's just something I'm very passionate about. I love helping people. I've been helped throughout my life, so I like to give back, and I think those that do that, referring back to my grandfather, the gift you give is what you receive back. Just very humbling and very gratifying, and you want to make a difference. You want to hopefully inspire other people. Because it takes a village to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work, a lot of planning, a lot of details, organizing. But at the end of the day, when the event's success, it's so gratifying. It just fuels your fire that you want to do more.
Well, and you really jump right in. I mean, you've actually done 2 50-hour no food challenges.
Yes.
Well, that means you don't eat for 50 hours?
Yeah,
or what does that mean?
I did that last year just so I could get the feeling of what it feels like. For those that are hungry. I mean, we're seeing it at the schools with these kids that are getting the Buddy Pack programs. And, a big shout out to Joy Dickman at Camdenton Schools. I mean, she's truly the inspiration behind the Buddy Packs here in our community. So yeah, it's just it's a need that needs to happen.
Wow, it's so good that we've got people like you in the community that are willing to put in all the time and the effort and everything like that.
But I can't do it without the support of our community.
That's true.
So many businesses, whether it be monetary donations or time and effort, or just simply sharing a Facebook post of creating that awareness out there. That's what we want to continue to strive for.
So, and again, if people don't know about all these things, and it's more than one, it's the Mobile Food Pantry, but as you mentioned, it's also the American Cancer Society, and it's different events, Float Your Boat, the 9-hole, Real Men Wear Pink, all that stuff. If people want to get more information, tell us again where they can go to.
Yeah, I would say reach out to me personally. My cell phone number is 314-401-5518 or jjones@okinderhook.com. I'd be happy to get some information to you. I got a lot of people reaching out that wants to volunteer. I was taking donations yesterday from some of our homeowners at Okinderhook, and they've been great, dropping off monetary donations, food, a couple bags of clothes. And a lot of this donations, it not necessarily goes to all the food pantries. I work with the secondhand homeless shelter. We donate a lot of food, a lot of clothes, and a lot of things to those areas as well. So there's a lot of places that people don't see that happens, but we're truly making a difference. And we've got our council that's been very dedicated for our efforts, and I can't do it without them and our community.
Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.